Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. Today I am doing a plant reset. And the plant that I am resetting today, and by reset, I mean I'm going to be chopping the plant all the way back and starting it over. So the plant that I have to do that with today is my Syngonium Wendlandii. So previously, this plant used to be really lush. I've had it for a long time. I've probably had this plant almost 10 years. I found it by accident in a dollar store, didn't know what it was. That's a whole nother story. I have cut it and used it for trades, and something just has to be done with it because it's just, she's not looking her best. If you can see all of the gnarled stems and everything here that just need to be sorted out. And this one actually makes me sad because it's starting to get its tri-leaf shape. And once I cut it, it's going to go back to its juvenile form, which is fine. But the last time it made it to its more mature state, I cut that and used it for trade. My mistake. But now I'm just gonna kind of cut it all back, revamp it, and, you know, propagate it and see what happens. It's a pretty hardy plant, I do have to say. Like, we've had pest pressures, and it's still trying to grow for me. It doesn't matter what happens, it still tries to grow for me. So with that being said, let's get into cutting her back, propagating her, and hopefully just giving her a new fresh start. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is I will tilt the camera down for you. I'm gonna move stuff out of the way here, make it easier. I've got my prop box for the wet sticks that I will be chopping off of this. I've got my moss. I don't know why, because I think what I'm gonna do is put it in perlite. I think that it'll do well in there. So I don't even really need moss. Unless I need more places for the wet sticks. But yeah, let's just get to it, shall we? So I'm gonna tilt you down. Okay, you can see everything okay. All right, so here she is. I guess first things first, I'll take the Velcro tape off. And apparently see, I haven't looked at it in so long that it's actually still tied with twine. So we're just gonna cut those off. And I'm actually glad about it because I'm not a big fan of these Coco Coir poles that I got off Amazon. So yeah, we'll just, gives me the chance to get it off of that. Okay, so I'm gonna take the tag out for now. So you can see that there are lots of like sheaths. I'll probably have to zoom in. I haven't paid as much attention to this plant as I should have. Sorry. But, you know, what can you do when you've got so many that you need to take care of? So let's take this one for instance. This one has got a whole lot of nothing going on except for this little cluster here. So what I'm gonna do is I want to make sure, you know what, we're just gonna cut it. So I'm gonna cut in between the nodes. And I don't know if you'll actually be able to see that, but I'm gonna cut in between the nodes here. Okay, so what we've got here is there is a piece of stem. Why aren't you focusing? It just doesn't want to work with me. Anyway, it's focusing more on the pot. Maybe if I move that. Okay, there we go. So it's got this curled up part here, but this is just attached at this lower portion here. So I think what I can do is, I'm not gonna cut it off this main stem because I can actually see a growth point that is growing right there as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cut just above that growth point, right there. And then I've got a 4-leaf cutting because I can't even separate these leaves. They're just so close together. So what I'll do is I'll pull off, anything that's like hanging out. Stick that in there for now. I didn't put any water in here, but I'll put it in after. That's fine. Okay. And I'm just gonna put all those other little pieces, oh, too close. Put all those other little pieces right there for now. And I'm just gonna keep cutting away. The internodal spacing for these ones is tight too. Let go. And then this one as well is coming off of an offshoot. So I'm gonna take stick that in there for now. I think it's actually going to look pretty cute in there once I get them all in. I'm not exactly sure how to cut this one. Maybe it's pretty little. Maybe I'll leave it. All these other like tiny little ones, I think I'll leave, but one of my, oh, look at that, the pole rotted right off. Great. Okay then. Okay, so I think I kind of have to figure out how these ones are, okay, that, is that rooted in? That's rooted in, okay. I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna chop. That's all we're doing. We're just chopping. Chopping everything now. Chopping everything off. That. I must have tucked them back into the pot at some point because some of them are rooted in places. And I am seriously just kind of cutting stuff all willy-nilly over here. get rid of some of the older stuff that doesn't matter anymore. See, this leaf completely just died off, so we're just going to chop the head off of that. How about this one? If we pull this back, I do have to say that it is very satisfying pulling all this dead stuff off of it. I don't know what's going on here, but we're just going to chop that. Oh, it's green, so okay. What else we got going on here? I get so fixated on what I'm doing that I forget that I'm filming, and I just end up super quiet, which is why a lot of the times you will see that I am like time-lapsing stuff. Is that a root? No, that's not a root. Because I'm so into what I'm doing that I'm not chit-chatty. Okay, so I still need, I don't know what is going on with this one over here. Oh, wait, that one, okay, is rooted in. So the end of that is there. I wonder what would happen if I just, I don't know, snip it and then snip it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna snip you. Snip you. Yeah, I think that's what I did. As it got bigger, I just kind of rested it in the soil, and it took root, so they're all kind of winded together. See, that one's rooted in too, but it's attached to this one over here. I might actually leave that one, or maybe I'll cut this. I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm just going for broke. So we'll cut that one. Oh yeah, this was seriously like a hard prune. Let me just cut off that little bit there. Okay, so before I go into cleaning this up, okay, well, I left one of the twisties because I'm not exactly sure where it ends or begins. So this is what we've got left over from that. So we're going to put that aside. And now I'm going to put this back in here. So now we are going to start cutting these in single node cuttings. I think that is probably the best idea. This one has already got a growth point that's activated. So let me just get some of this off. So if you can see that, hang on a second. Draw back to having glasses. If you can see that, maybe, I'll see if I can zoom in so you can see. because again, it just doesn't want to focus. If you can see that, there we go. So there's a tiny little active growth point there, and we're going to try and give it its best chance. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut, I'm going to cut in between the node above it so that I have another one, another wet stick propagation, and we're just going to put them right into my itty bitty little prop box. Now these tiny little ones, I'm probably going to forget what they even are, because I'm pretty sure that I have a couple in here that I don't remember what they are. More than likely though, they're elbows. I think that there's a tiny little silver sword over there, maybe two. I don't know. If it's one thing that I have had continuously more and more propagations of, it is my silver sword. I recently just potted up all my propagations into one pot. I did give one away too. You know what? We're just going to put this one in like this because I feel like that one needs more help. Okay. So here we go. Oh, this one's got an active growth point too. I completely squirreled there. I started doing one thing and then I saw what was happening on another one and had to move. Okay, there's got to be an easier way to do this. Okay. So this one's just got part of a sheath kind of wrapped around the growth point. And I don't want to mess that up. So I'm just going to cut in between the nodes here. The active growth point is down here. So I'm just going to cut right there and we are putting you in the box. I mean, honestly, I don't know how many of these are actually going to work. So now that I have found all the active growth points, now I'm just going to chop them into one node cuttings. Oh, that one's weird. Some of these pieces seem woodier than others, and if that's the case, I know it's going to take them longer to sprout, but that's all right. There's 3 nodes there, so... And I mean, they are tiny. Maybe I should put them in their own, I should probably put them in their own thing because I have so many of them. Okay. This one actually has an aerial root that looks like it's ready. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Ooh. I have 33 of them. Yeah, I think we're gonna put them in their own little deal. So, give me 1 second. I need to find, oh. This works. Look at that, I needed my moss after all. All right. So, I'm gonna take some moss, which is actually not all that damp anymore, but that's fine. So we're gonna take, you'll put you over here. I'm not even gonna bother like figuring out, did I get them all? No, I missed one. I'm not even gonna worry about figuring out who goes where because there's just too many of them. So we're just gonna sprinkle them in here. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Wow. And then I will just label the container and then I know what they all are. Now that being said, so there we go. So I've got 33 tiny little wet sticks in here. And then I've got the 3 main propagated pieces that I picked. And the mother plant, which hopefully bounces back. I think she will. She always does. She always does. Okay, so all I'm gonna do now is I'm going to add water to my perlite and to my moss, and I'm gonna cover them, and we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, well, that was a little bit of a thing. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you are all safe and well. Please like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!